Alrighty, it's about that time. Audio check looks good. Music is badass. Oh, hella good. And we are back. So I've been away for a while. It's been a minute, but some shit happened. You know, IRL stuff got in the way, so I had to take a few days off to take care of that. But I'm back. I'm back to finish off Final Fantasy 7. And yes, I did do the off-screen grinding I was talking about. And I also went ahead and took a video clip of demonstrating the source duplication glitch with W item glitch. So I could show that in a minute. But first, a couple of extra scenes, a couple of extra things we haven't done yet. Which again, this is why I did the off-screen grinding and everything. But there was something before I started grinding, I remembered. You can make it faster and easier with Guild Plus and EXP Plus. Specifically EXP Plus material, Guild Plus is just for money, obviously. And you get those from the Gold Saucer. I remembered that, so I'm gonna go get that, and then I did the off-screen grinding, made it faster. But before I did any of that, let me show you what I did. So to try and explain it. Why bother recapping when I can just, you know. This file. Alright, let's go ahead and stop the music. So I reached the bottom of the northern cave, I got as much treasure as I could, went back up, got my regular party, suited them up, and then came back down to start grinding and I realized, wait a minute, I can do this easier. So I did this. And yeah, story-wise, we're pretty much at the end. We're literally we're literally a step away from finishing the game, so at this point it's all post/endgame optional content, for those who are curious. For the story recap, well, you know, we stopped Tojo from firing the Mako cannon and destroying Midgard, so he could feed Sephiroth with more Mako energy. And Shinra's pretty much in shambles, because they lost their president, and the whole incident with Hojo is just everything's a mess with Shinra, so they're pretty much not a threat anymore. Sephiroth's the only one left. That's pretty much it for the story recap. There is no shortcut out of this crater, unfortunately. You gotta go all the way back up like this. Exit materia, exit magic, only works for battles now. Not like in FF4, 5, and I think 6 too, right? Yeah, where you could actually exit a dungeon like that. Not possible here. The final day. Love that song. Every time you come back here, he says, "Welcome, everyone's waiting for you," and you have to reset your party for some goddamn reason. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry too much about this, because basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna demonstrate or show what I did before I started grinding, and then load up the save file after I leveled everyone up. Not to 99, because the last 20 levels are a fucking drag, even with the fastest leveling method that I know of. But I got them high enough, all the characters high enough that with 1 HP and 1 MP plus materia each, for all 3 characters, they have max HP and max MP. That's how I plan to fight Emerald and Ruby weapons, so. Well, like I said, before I actually went to go get that materia to make grinding faster, and before I started doing any kind of grinding, I remember that there was a different loose end I had to take care of. talking about Emerald and... We were just talking about Emerald and Ruby weapon, but, I passed him. Got one other one. It's, ultimate weapon. I don't know if he's, like, praying there or what the fuck he's doing, but, we're gonna fuck him up. Because, you know, at any point, him and the other two weapons could just start wreaking havoc on the world. And we're gonna give people some peace of mind by getting rid of them, basically. Sorry, Ultimate Weapon, you gotta go. You're obsolete and you're scaring the shit out of people. Can't do anything against Sephiroth, so... Ultima Beam? Off the shake. Yeah, so after a random amount of damage, he'll run away. And you literally will have to chase his ass down. I'm back here, asshole! Fuck, what energy! Damn, you think I'm just gonna give up? This dude's got balls, man. Now, you don't actually have to keep ramming into him, but you do have to follow him to see where he stops, because that is random. He'll stop over a random town and try to destroy it. Hence the reason he's a threat that needs to be eliminated. Because we can't have him just wreaking havoc on random towns for no reason. It does feel awkward. We're not enemies, we're both fighting to protect the planet, but... it's just one of those things where you gotta put down old Yeller. These weapons were made to, you know, to fight off Genova, because the planet perceives them that strong or whatever, but, you know. Oh, is that what he's doing? By the way, welcome to the stream. Oh, I don't know about that. If you're talking about Sephiroth, yeah. I don't know about the weapons though. That's some lore I've never heard before. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to keep up with him with triple speed, because sometimes it can take forever for him to stop. Sure, go for it. Let me know what you find. He seems to be heading in one direction. I think he's gonna stop soon. Yeah, there we go. It's like he's doing some Kamehameha. He's like charging up some kind of power beam right here. Nice little effect though. You see how he's vibrating? Damn, he already fucked up Mediel before. Well, he didn't, he just kind of flew around a little bit, but... Anyways, I was saying, you know, their purpose, as Hojo had explained, or somebody else did, before the whole Northern Crater incident at Meteor. Oh, it was Professor Gas when talking with Ibalna, right? He mentioned that the planet created weapons to fight off Genova because he was this alien parasite that came in. That was like invading the planet and causing problems. And then they even go more into that, not the weapon thing, but Genova's effect on the planet in Advent Children, the sequel. But that's pretty much it. Take his ass out. I don't know how much health he has left. He does not recover between fights, for those who are curious. Oh yeah, you're talking about the final weapon from Final Fantasy VII: The Dirge of Cerberus. Yeah, the one that is made with that special materia. Yeah, that Vincent has. I remember that. I did do a Let's Watch of Dirge of Cerberus a long time ago on this channel. I do remember that. And I have actually played and completed Dirge of Cerberus before. But that was like back during the PS2 era. That was a long time ago. Yeah, which is basically what Sephiroth was trying to do. Except, you know, he wanted to absorb the life stream for himself, not as a rescue plan like that was. Yeah. Anyway, with those two Omni Slashes, he should be pretty close to dead, which means he's going to be in a very particular spot. But I think I still have to chase him down, or at least make sure he's actually in that spot. Also, a nice little detail for those who, you know, we didn't leave the Northern Crater at the last stream. You guys remember that cutscene where they kind of, he pulled that lever, and it took away all the fan blades, and now we got rocket boosters? It's a nice attention to detail that they changed the Highwind model to match that after that cutscene before the Northern Crater. So. But yeah, he's got to be where I think he is. If he's on his last legs. Yeah, there he is. He's sort of meditating again. So if he stops here, this is the last battle. He's not going to run away. You just kill him. You just kind of put him out of his misery. Shit, excuse me. Again. Yeah, they do go over that in the final scenes of Dirge of Cerberus. That Vincent's final limit chaos is sort of... Specifically, it's an antithesis. Like, it's kind of the opposition, or in a way, like the counterbalance, or like yin yang, I guess, that concept, to the final weapon. That's why they all had to rely on him to stop it after it was activated. I'm trying to remember the piece of materia that's hidden inside of Vincent that activates the final weapon. I think it was called the proto-materia or something? I mean, it's pretty normal to miss things on your first playthrough. Yeah. You gotta go to the cave on this too. I did it a few streams ago. Oh, I see what happened. You got... Okay. I thought you could do it even on disc 3 though. That's a bummer if you didn't get Vincent sooner. Anyway, that's it for Horo Ultimate Weapon. That's his death cry. He's done. You don't get to see a fancy explosion, but this is the crater that's the aftermath. Smoking gun evidence that he blew up and died. I kind of feel sorry for him when he dies like that. So if you go on disc 3, you never get it? Yikes. That's a huge issue. I didn't know about that. It's time for the Pepe Forest. Yeah, because normally you're supposed to see the talk between Lucrezia and Vincent, and then you have to leave and go fight 10 random battles, and then go back, and the items will be there. But you have to fight 10 battles first. It's like registering a passage of time. So if you have a mountain chocobo, like a green chocobo, or if you do this, you defeat Ultimate Weapon, you can gain access to this optional forest dungeon here. What were those points? Release insects and frogs by pressing X. Insects and frogs react differently depending on where you release them, so try many different places. Press square to give up and you'll return to the abyss. Not too hard of a puzzle. The Lunar Harp? Yes, without like a guide or anything, that's kind of a a brick wall, because if you don't really know how to set up the dig site people at the excavation site, it's terrible. Like, figuring out where to get it can be a pain in the ass. And that's right after Temple of the Ancients, which in and of itself can be a tough dungeon for a first timer because it's filled with so many puzzles and it's like a labyrinth. I can imagine. Demon Wall? Demon Wall's a tough boss, definitely. I see speedrunners lose their run there all the time. Yeah, these little sacks eat the frogs, but they only do it for a little bit. See, they digest them and eventually they're like fly traps. They open up for another one and then you can't stand on them. So, you kind of have a time limit with the little frogs. As for this thing, I think you just have to move really slow. That's what I did last time. There we go. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it gets you across. It does a job. Yeah. Typhon. From Final Fantasy VI. It's interesting, they introduced him in Ultros at the same time, but only Typhon made it into FF7 and not Ultros. So this little froggy here. This little Peepo. This big one is a Pepe. Move him over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get it in a second. So you kind of have to just stand here and let this thing digest it, and then when it opens its mouth, you go flying up to this rock, and you toss it in here. Boom. Then you get the material. Slash all. Now we take the other big Pepe. Oh shit. There we go. Let me do the same thing here. We just sit here and wait. There we go. Yeah, Final Fantasy VI is a good one. I agree with that. I finished rewatching it right before playing FF7, and it was it's quite amazing, that one. It's really something special. Okay, so I need two here. Okay. Throw this one in there. Throw that one in there. Off we go. Up into the trees. 9 is your favorite? I love the battle theme music in 9 a lot, I gotta say. It's really, like, it really gets you pumped up. That one's really good. We gotta go back. Yeah, I'll do this, because, you know, sometimes it takes a little too long. Now we're gonna cross to the other side. I gotta say, my personal favorites are 7 and 8. They're kind of a tie. Ten was alright, but I don't know. Like, it's really good, but I just... something about it just doesn't make me want to replay it as often as, like, 7 and 8 for some reason. It doesn't catch me as much. There's Typhon. It's in a bag for some reason. It's not loose materia. I'm not really sure why it's not just a little orb sitting there, but yeah. Oh, now I gotta demonstrate that. I believe there was also one other summon I haven't demonstrated yet that I got a while back. There was Typhon. Yeah. Otherwise, you just sit there forever. Where are they? Hades. Oh yeah, I never showed off Hades. I got it from the sunken ship. The sunken airship, and I never actually demonstrated it. I showed Phoenix, even though during the boss fight, Phoenix was covered up completely. The animation was covered by the giant boss I was fighting. What the hell? I'll show the other one too. I'll show it again. Yeah. No, I did the same when I was growing up because I played this as a kid as well, and it was the same problem. I had no idea how materia worked, and I just was like putting everything in random places, and that screws you over late game. Or even sometimes just in the middle of it, I guess. Like when you first go to the northern crater, there's some tough enemies that can kill you if you're not really set up right. Okay, good. I ended up where I wanted to be. Certain weapons multiply it. Oh, the growth, yeah. Yeah, some of the off-screen grinding I did between my last stream and this one, I made sure to get triple growth weapons. And, a double for anyone who didn't have a triple growth weapon. And then I used the, you know, the magic pots in the northern crater to give you a shit ton of AP. This is all a little bit time-based. The big Pepe ate the small one. Made it back just in time. Put the big Pepe in here. This will not work with the little one. Has to be a big one, because the big one can't be digested by this thing. They put the big one here. And then... BAM! It escapes death and goes to the left, you go to the right, and you make it to the end of the cave, or to this cave, which is the end of the dungeon. And there it is. Your prize, besides Typhon materia up there in the trees, Apocalypse, which is a triple materia growth weapon for Cloud. That's its main purpose. And a random ass elixir for some reason. That's it. Yeah, because if you don't grow your materia early on... I mean, I made most of my money in this playthrough just from making sure to spend most of my time mastering all these alls and then selling them for gil. When they're mastered, holy shit, they give you so much gil for that. I don't know why these materials in particular, the all, but... So that's how you do the puzzles, but I'll show some of the random encounters. I don't think there's any unique enemies here, but it's a good time to show the summons that I haven't shown yet. Let's see what the hell these things are. Diablo, real size. Okay. I'll show Phoenix again because the animation was kind of covered last time. Oh yeah. Yeah, and plus, to really take advantage of the magic pots, you have to, like... You have to know the W item glitch so you can duplicate elixirs and have enough. Otherwise, you'll run out pretty quick and then there's nothing you can do. The only other thing that gives you more AP is the movers, but they don't give you any EXP, which is a huge drawback. So he's immune to Phoenix for some reason. Black Cauldron is Hades. I just realized I could have demonstrated this when I fought Ruby Weapon, but whatever. You'll see it again. You'll see it twice. Okay, yeah, it's right here. He got afflicted with all that status effect, but it didn't matter because he died instantly. Alright, now, what was the last? I'll see it in a second. You can redo the puzzles just to go through the forest again, but you won't get anything else. Ostriches. Epionis. Okay. What was the last one I was going to show? Phoenix Hades. Oh, right, Typhon, the one we just got. I think a move called Acid Rain would bring down acid, but no. Disintegration. That sounds violent. literally just sneezed on him. His ass is another head slash face. Turn the world upside down. Of course, the sneeze animation is a throwback to what he does to you in FF6 when you win the fight. He sneezes on you and blows you off the airship, and then you fall straight down to the floating continent. I'm glad they brought that fight back. The paired fight against Ultros and Typhon for Final Fantasy XIV. I thought it was pretty cool. They tied it into the Gilgamesh storyline with Hildebrand and all that. And then they do a throwback to it in the movie Final Fantasy XV Kingsglaive. A small throwback with Ultros on the airship. But he's gigantic in that movie. He gets killed by the main character too. It's a little sad because it's like, they should have, you know, it would have been kind of cool to fight him as an actual boss or something, an optional boss or something in FF15. But he dies in the movie, which takes place before the game, so it's still pretty epic though. Nice fan service. Alright, so one last thing before I load my save file post-grinding. Two more things, actually. They involve the Bolt Saucer. And Cosmo Canyon, that's right, I flew away too quick. I got a little distracted. I was rambling like I usually do. So before, you can do this anytime after the revisit to the City of the Ancients. So I think even before the raid on Midgar to stop Hojo, you can do this, I think. It might have to be afterwards on Disc 3, though. Y'all remember Bugenhagen was with us when we went to the City of the Ancients, and he was, you know, he helped us sort of navigate our way through what Aerith did, and we found out she summoned Holy and all that stuff. But then Diamond Weapon attacked Midgar, and we had to go fight him, and then we had to raid Midgar to stop Hojo, and we checked on the Northern Crater, and it just seemed like Bugenhagen just kind of disappeared after the City of the Ancients. Like, what the hell happened to him? The movie just, or the story just kind of moved too fast from that point that it's kind of like Bugenhagen became an afterthought. We just left the City of the Ancients, then Diamond Weapon, Midgar, Northern Crater. Like, all that just happened back to back, and it's like, wait, what happened to Bugenhagen? He was still with us, right? Apparently he came home to Cosmo Canyon. We gotta pay him a little visit to see how he's been since, you know, since he came back. This makes a little bit less. This makes a little more sense to come in like this first, actually. Bugenhagen seems rather down ever since he returned from that trip. I'm worried something might happen to Bugenhagen now of all times. Yes, that's the same thing. So that's a red flag. You're kind of like, oh shit, what's going on? He's up in his planetarium or whatever you call that thing. Underneath his giant telescope, because he loves technology and all that. Oh, you? It's been a while since I've been out. I think I must have tired myself out a bit. Don't tell Nanaki. He'll only worry. So yeah, he's a little tuckered out. So he says don't tell him, but you know, we're gonna tell him. Because he's gonna be worried sick about him, and seems only right to let him know that he's not feeling well. He's probably just got a little tummy ache, you know, he's a little sick. Who knows? He's probably okay though. We'll call Nanaki though. Mushy mushy! You're red. You're needed. Gramps has some things to say. Grandfather! Of course, we told him that he was sick, so he's freaking out already. So I was like, no, Tifa, this ain't for us. We gotta leave him be alone. This music, man. Grandfather! Nanaki, you're still here? I can't leave you like this, Grandfather. It's the duty of Seto's son to guard this canyon and her people. Listen, Nanaki, I think you may already know. If you have any mission in life, it is not to defend this valley. Look at the withering mountain grass. Listen to the warble of the newborn chocobos. Look always to the eternal flow of time, which is far greater than the span of a human life. It will teach you more than staying here in the valley. What you will see will eventually become a part of life for you. For my children, and for your children. So please, Nana, go with Cloud. Use your eyes, your ears. Now, don't look like that. I'm alright. It's a big world, and you must go out and see it. You may even find your life's mate. You never know. Grandfather. Oh yes, take this along. I think it will look good on you now. Huh. Gonna get out that last hole, man. You tried to do it one more time. And you're gone just like that. Red 13 is Bugenhagen. Grandpa told me that he's going away again. Away? It seems like you really like that airship. He told me he couldn't stay still and just zipped out of here. He even gave me a gift. Look! Limited moon. I'd say you get Red 13's strongest weapon, basically. It's a comb sticking out of his hair there, you can see. Wait a minute. Aren't you supposed to give gifts after you come back? Grandpa sure is strange. Maybe we'll run into him again somewhere. Yeah. Maybe. Thanks, Cloud. It's like, don't mention it, man. Bugenhagen is what keeps our hearts strong. I guess we'll tell them later then. There it is. Or Red. Nanaki. I like how understanding and Cloud was and the tactfulness he used in approaching that situation with him. Letting him, you know, kind of playing along with it and saying, hey, maybe we'll see him again out there. If he took off to go travel, maybe we'll run into him, you know? I think, but obviously, obviously Cloud knew. He knew what happened. Rest in peace, man. He was a good guide, helping us out when we got lost and didn't know what to do. And then the first time we met him, teaching us all about the planet, spirit energy, and how it all worked. The interconnectedness of everything. Life, nature, animals, planet, everything. It was, very good spiritual journey. It's been real. Bugenhagen, it's been real. Two more things to do before I load up my other save file. Seems a little weird coming to do this right after laying Bugenhagen to rest, but it's the next thing on the agenda. So you guys remember we came here before, and this dude had closed down the gold saucer, said he was really pondering whether he should be open or not at a time like this. Because, you know, the world's in chaos, the meteor's gonna fall and all that stuff. The weapons are running around. Well, they reopened. And here's what he has to say. Deal. I thought about it, but there was only one solution. Excuse me. I believe that because of the way things are, there's a need for a place like this. Enjoy yourselves. I mean, he's not wrong. That last part kind of just sounds like, yeah, he's just in it for the money. But I mean, even he knows he can't use it once the world gets destroyed, so... It's like a half-truth. It's like, partially he really is doing it just to make people happy before we all die, basically. He's just like, there's a need for a place like this. People need to be able to have some fun before the world ends, you know? So it's like, he's not wrong. But the way he laughs about it just kind of sounds like he's still just kind of obsessed with people coming and enjoying his part to satisfy his own ego and his own wallet. So it's a little... Do you trust him? Do you believe him? Knowing his track record? Who knows? Like, there's times where he just seems like really... I don't know. He's an enigma. There's times where he seems really genuine and trustworthy, and then there's other times where he just seems like he's kind of... Not an idiot, but just like... Like he doesn't care about a lot of things, you know? The way he threw us in jail without even asking questions, and then... Well, then again, Kate says fuck that up for us, but... All of our encounters with him, he's just a little off. But it's definitely a huge ego thing. Like, he's definitely got his own head up his own ass. Anyway, so we come here... Oh, and... I can't check how much GP I have here, but... When you come here on disc 2 or 3, whenever he reopens after you get Cloud back, from when he's in his wheelchair Pepega status, once you get Cloud back in the party and he regains his memories and all that stuff, the Gold Saucer reopens, so you come here and you do that. But unlike the first couple times, like on disc 1 where you visit the Gold Saucer, from disc 2 and 3 onward, like endgame Gold Saucer, there's another way to get GP instead of farming games, which takes forever. Which is this. You keep going in and out of this entrance, so you see that dude randomly spawns over here. How much do I have? 50 GP. So I started at 100 and I ended up with 50 when I got Omni Slash disc 1. So you go to this guy, he says, hey, how about it? Change your gil into GP? Yeah. Hey, thanks. 1 GP is 100 gil. And you can only get 100 GP at a time, for 10,000 gil apiece. Is this okay? Yeah. If you want some more later, I'll be around now and then. He disappears into this house. And, there you go, just like that, you just got 100 GP. So, if you were wondering why I had, I had farmed AP for all that, all material, it was so I could sell it to make enough money to buy as much GP as I wanted. Because look, I'm a fucking... How much do I have? 4,287,000. I can buy as much GP as I wanted. Which is a huge deal, to have that much gil to trade for GP. If you don't want to spend the rest of your life grinding, you know, the minigames over here for like 1 or 10 GP every time. Oh wait, this way. It's a great alternative to just grinding these minigames, which give you shit, like just 1 or 10 GP at a piece, like at a time. It's horrible when you set your sights this high. We got new prizes, so what's in them is a secret. Yeah, we're 150 GP, exchange your GP for prizes here. Want to exchange? Yes. These 3 things. This is a carob nut, which we stole from that dinosaur enemy up by the northern crater. It's used to breed a gold chocobo, the ocean crossing chocobo, the ultimate chocobo basically. You can go anywhere. So you can buy it for 500 GP. But the real prizes are these 2. This is Gil Plus, and this is EXP Plus. Both are independent materials, purple materials. 1,000 and 2,000 GP respectively. That's a shit ton of GP if you're just gonna sit here grinding minigames. Like I said, each minigame, even if you do them flawlessly, is only giving you like 10 GP at a time, max. It's a hell of a grind. That's why you're better off just grinding money by doing what I did, which throughout the whole game, or at the end of the game, find somewhere to farm AP really quickly, max out your all materials and sell them for money. Like you saw me do through this entire playthrough, and this will be no problem. You just go farm the little GP seller guy, that shady dude by the entrance that I just showed, and you do that over and over again. This. Not there, go back. Not there, go back. Not there, go back. And you just keep doing this till he spawns and buy 100 GP from him each time. And just keep grinding that out. Keep turning your money into GP and you can get Guild Plus and EXP Plus really easily like that. And then, let's see. And that was pretty much it. So I did the whole thing with Nanaki, I defeated Ultimate Weapon, and I got Cloud's Ultimate Weapon from Ultimate Weapon, which I haven't shown yet, but you'll see it in a minute anyway. But you saw it in the droplets when I defeated Ultimate Weapon before we went into the rainforest with the frogs. It said Ultimate Weapon, I take everything, I took it. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. But yeah, so you get Guild Plus and EXP Plus, you put it on any character in your party and it affects the whole party. It does exactly what it says. I think it doubles your EXP and your Guild for each battle. A huge deal if you want to max out your characters, it makes it way faster, twice as fast. And then lastly, after you defeat Ultimate Weapon, and this is a good time to demonstrate what Ultimate Weapon looks like in Cloud's hand. You have to fight one random battle out here in the world map, which is what we're gonna do. Any random battle. There's Cloud's Ultimate Weapon. Beautiful sword. It has a special little effect where it changes color depending on Cloud's health. It starts off white on the outer edges, like that crystal transparent part is white when he's at max health, and Ultimate Weapon does the most damage like that. So the lower Cloud's health get, the less damage it does. Every Ultimate Weapon for every character has a different effect. I'll have to look at the... Like, I can't remember what Premium Hearts is, but I'll have to look at the game fact again to see that. You guys can look it up too. It's the game fact by Absolute Steve that I've been using throughout the playthrough. But, so it has that effect, but also as his health gets lower, the way the weapon reflects that it's getting weaker is the outer crystallized transparent white part just becomes more red, symbolizing that Cloud is close to death, but also making the weapon weaker. So that's a pretty neat thing. It's a visual thing and it affects things, but... So once you defeat Ultimate Weapon, and then you fight one random battle, that appears in the desert. So you just look at it, you're like, what the fuck is that? It's doing like a little dance. I'll show you what it is. By loading up that save file I was talking about. My latest save file after grinding. I got Guild Plus, EXP Plus. I got Red 13's Limited Moon Weapon. You know, we saw Bugenhagen die, basically. Defeated Ultimate Weapon, did the Rainforest thing, got Ragnarok, or Apocalypse, and used that to level up my materia really quick, because it has triple growth for AP. Triple AP growth, materia growth, whatever. And so once I got everyone high enough level to have max health and MP with HP and MP plus equipped for everyone, that's when, well, I decided it was time to take on that thing. Which you'll find out really soon what it is. Every time you load your game or come in and out of a town, it changes its position. So sometimes it'll be right here. Sometimes it'll be over here. Either way, if you remember all the weapons that came out of the Northern Crater, well, let me go and let me do this correctly before I actually properly introduce this guy. I think you can guess which one it is because I named them as they came out. So turn this off. Okay, I got an idea about it. Our buggy's gone, we can't cross the desert with it anymore, Cloud. It disappeared. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Also, in this save file, I got, I have my optimal materia set up for the next couple battles, so... I forgot I had Flash. the slash all material. I might have to unequip that. Just so I can make this a little faster. Oh, with the instant death, is that an added effect of that? Slash? An upgrade to slash all, I guess I can instantly kill everybody. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot about. Oh, but I made a video clip of that. Let me finish doing prep for this next fight first, and then I'll go ahead and show that. Thank goodness I just checked my material setup and I forgot about the video clip I was going to show too. Something else I did off stream that I figured I could just record and then show later. I forgot to take it off. Let's see. Where's Flash? So I'll take this off for now. And then temporarily remove, just to make this faster, HP and MP+. Oh, I could have just taken off HP. Oops. There we go. That's whatever. Tifa and Vincent gotta go. Oh my god. Another material I have to take off the cloud. Why is starting everyone this? What did I pair it with? Is it purpose? It's not purpose anyway. What the fuck? So it just does that? Okay. It's been a long time. I didn't know Double Cut did that. You can just attack everyone. Jesus, fuck off. Let's try this again. I gotta switch the ATP mode, but I can do that later. Just blasted himself. Oh, heal him? There we go. Alright, Chloe, go ahead and well, it's a good thing I attached that. Here's a demonstration of final attack. When I went and checked my materia, you guys saw it said final attack support materia combined with Phoenix. Remember that Phoenix revives everybody when it attacks. Like that. Unfortunately, that completely ruins what I was trying to do, which was to kill off Vincent and Tifa in just then and leave Cloud. But it prevented a game over. So one of the things I was going to show in the video clip after this was how I got this material, but I didn't get it on stream. So I'll show, I recorded it, so. That saved my ass, but, Jesus, damn it, I'm just trying to get them knocked out. I guess I'm gonna have to go somewhere else, just where there's no enemies that can cause instant death like that. Jesus Christ. Sometimes doing something really simple can be really complicated in this game if you're in the wrong area with the wrong enemies. So annoying. We gotta get rid of this again. Whee! There we go. Kill this one. There, now we're done preparing for this. Let's see, turn this on. Don't turn battle boost back on. Come back over here. Stop here, and then 1 second. Gotta find that clip really quick. Is this it? Okay, this isn't it, but it's the one right after. This was just a small clip I saved of when I first fought Ultima Weapon off stream. And he happened to stop at Midgar, and he was about to blow it up. I was like, oh shit! See, this time when we chased him down, he stopped at Medial instead. And then I just fought him like usual. But anyway. I think this was just an example of him stopping somewhere else. That was kind of interesting. Where did he stop? Midgar. Oh yeah, you fight him on the highway, which is really cool. I guess I kept 2 clips of the same thing. Whatever. So this is how you get final attack. Once you farm, you know, GP, you can go back to the battle square and there's a new item there called W Summon. It's summon materia, or it's like another command materia like W item and W magic. And as you can guess, it just lets you use 2 summons in 1 turn. It costs 65,000 GP though. But once you get it from the battle arena, and once you've obtained Omni Slash, which I did in Disc 1, and once you've defeated Ultima Weapon and hence acquired Ultima Weapon for Cloud, the sword, this happens when you talk to the battle arena person. You have to fulfill those 3 things that I just said, and then this happens. You talk to her and she's like, you know, I've been thinking about it for a while now, but you must be pretty strong. Probably strong enough to take on the top 1 or 2 fighters? Maybe you'll be good enough for the big match. How about it? There's a private battle only for the strongest. You want to try? You can do let's do it now, or just say not interested and come back later and... Same thing. Like, it doesn't go away just because you didn't accept it right away. When you come back, or if you say let's do it, same result. But if you come back, it just says try the special battle. It's right there. You can do it as many times you want, whatever you want. Unlike the regular battle, the enemies are all set. They're not random. You always fight the same exact 8 enemies every time you do this battle. It's supposed to be like, you know, the hardest battle they have here. But because you know what enemies are coming, it's a lot easier to prepare for it. Unfortunately, you do still have to deal with the RNG mechanic of this place, which is the slot reels that determine if, like, that determine handicaps for each round, as you'll see here. Right there. So just like with Omni Slash, I had to come back here and do this shit a bunch of times again just to get W summoned so I could actually participate in this battle. A special battle. You fight that giant worm first, then you fight an Ochu. And you fight one of these creepy unknown fuckers from the sunken ship. Again, from the sunken ship, this dude. A red giant. I can't remember the proper name. Nothing story heavy, so I'm just skimming through it and showing it. A behemoth. A chimera, I guess. And then the last enemy, your final battle, is a crowd flood. That weapon, that anti-weapon artillery that Heidegger and Scarlet made together. The fucker's, it's a tank. Because it takes quite a few Omni Slashes to actually kill it. Even with the Ultima weapon, the strongest weapon Cloud has. I destroyed its armor at that point, so it's a lot weaker. But it still takes quite a few more of these. Remember, this thing was supposed to be strong enough to take on one of the weapons, so... This was Shinra's pride and joy. It's anti-weapon technology, I would expect nothing less, right? No death animation. It's just a battle just ends like that. And there you go. For winning the special battle, you receive the final attack materia, which when it's a support materia, it's a blue one. When you pair it with anything, it does exactly what it says. If you die, or if that character that has it on dies, it'll automatically use the paired materia. It says disabled, but basically it's when you die. So that's what you saw happen in that battle, when that guy used Death on Cloud, when Tifa and Vincent were already dead. Cloud died, but because he had final attack paired with Phoenix, he used Phoenix before actually dying. And Phoenix revives everyone. That's its special effect of that summon. So Cloud revived the whole party, including himself, before he actually died. And killed the enemies using the Burning Flame of Phoenix. The Flame of Rebirth, or whatever. That's how I managed to survive that battle. I did not do that in anticipation for that random encounter. I did that in anticipation for fighting Emerald and Ruby weapon. But that was a great demonstration, right? Last clip I saved was for showing how to duplicate sources, because I said I was going to show how to do that. Here's how you do it. So first of all, whatever source you're going to duplicate, find an enemy you can morph into that source, which I will show obviously in the video. And then make sure you don't have any of those sources in your inventory. So in this case, I'm going to duplicate Power Source from Screamer enemies in Nibelheim, Mount Nibel. So I'm at Mount Nibel. I gotta use up my Power Sources so I can start duplicating them. There they go. None left. And then check what item I have at the top of my list. Just for convenience, that's where it's gonna go. And let me skip ahead because I was thinking about this and I took a little minute. I was looking for the Screamer enemies, so I'll skip ahead until I found them. There's a Guild Plus and EXP Plus. Nope, not Screamers. There's the Screamers. So I gave Vincent Morph, somebody else has to have it. And Cloud has W item. But first I had to get rid of the potions. Remember, with W item you can duplicate or you can unduplicate, you can delete items. So I started deleting items with W item. Like this. 23, 22, 21. You want to get down to one item in that slot, whether it's a potion or anything else. A potion is the most convenient because it's the cheapest, easiest thing to find. And you can replace it easily. Fast forward a little. I think this is... There we go. There's one left, and now we're gonna do it. So the Screamers are those two dudes with the, spinning the ball and chain or whatever. You hit Morph, you gotta do this quick. This was a test run, I wanted to see how long it takes him to do the animation. We got a turbo there. It went somewhere else in our inventory. That was a test run. Now the real thing. Morph Screamer. And before he finishes killing this enemy, you need to go and do the W item glitch, but only halfway. I was trying to get mentally prepared, I didn't want to fuck it up, so this is why it's taking me a little bit, but... I hadn't done this in a while, so I was kind of like, am I set up correctly? I was just like doubting myself. There we go. Morph, use the potion, it's gone. Then this guy kills him, boom, there's your power source. Now use the nether, but don't actually use it, and go back, the regular W item glitch, and look, now you're duplicating sources. You can use this trick to duplicate anything that can be morphed from an enemy that is not usable in battle, like power sources. So it's a little bit more roundabout than duplicating an item that can be used in battle. It's obviously a lot easier, more straightforward. But there you go. And now we have 99 power sources. And I'm like, booyah, bitch! We don't need this fool anymore. Kill him. And then I think I just demonstrate using the power sources. I was about to, and then I was like, I should show his status before and after, so... Status. Strength is at 111. Each power source raises your strength by 1. Now it's at 131. And so I just spammed it until I finished every last one. I kept checking the status. Used all 99 of them, and now Cloud has 210 strength. 255 is the maximum of every single stat. As you can see, his attack is already maxed by having his strength not even at... His attack is maxed out at 255. His strength is not even at 255, but it's already maxed just because of the weapon he has on and any other stats that will affect his attack power. So he'll do max damage with every attack, assuming the enemy has low enough defense. Remember, defense is still a factor. It's, you know, your offense versus their defense. There's a mathematical calculation that determines how much damage output you'll do. So no, he's not going to do 9,999 to every enemy. Especially Emerald and Ruby weapon, who have a lot of defense, obviously. Being that they're super bosses. But he's going to be at his maximum potential for damage, is what I'm saying. So that takes care of that. Let me switch back to the game now. Okay, we're back here. Now, before we go in there, I'm gonna save like this, in case I fuck something up. I don't have to kill off Vincent and Tifa again. And you'll find out why I killed them off. There's a reason for it before starting this fight. There's a reason for it. And there was one last tiny little Easter egg I forgot to demonstrate on the old save file. It's nothing big. Just a little bit of traveling from where I last saved it, unfortunately, but... Actually, this save file works just fine. Yeah, it does. It's a save file I made before, or after the finishing, or before finishing the forest after I killed off Ultima Weapon. It's good, I don't have to make it all the way out of the northern crater again. There's a little scene in the gold saucer. It's not even really a scene, it's just some dialogue that I forgot to demonstrate before I reloaded my end save file there. So, you might not remember this, but there was some dialogue between two characters in the battle square. There was a character sitting here, and one of the attendants, like that chick over there, was over here. You could talk to either one to go into the battle, but if you talk to the guy out here, he was like flirting with the chick over here, and they were like talking about the fact that, they were like basically lovers. So when you talk to her, because obviously they're not here anymore, this is before Meteor is summoned, so this is back in Disc 1. There's two, you know, the attendant here and the dude standing here are like, they're a couple. When you come back, you know, Disc 2 or 3, after you have Cloud back and Meteor's obviously in the sky, they're not here anymore. And this chick says this. She talks about them. Those two over there eloped, saying something about our last moments together. Our last moments together, and I can't bear it. I don't have anyone special in my life, but when it happens, it happens. That's what I'm working on. Oh, sorry for going off like that. And then, that's it. You never see that dialogue again, but at least it tells you what happened to them. And then just for, you know... I didn't show the menu of what you get. I'll just do this really quick. I don't even have to get that many times. Just one fucking fight is it. $10 points. That's enough. Just so you can see, you know, what you can get. So these didn't change. Preemptive materia you can only get here and through Chocobo Racing, I think. Now you can get Speed Plus, another purple independent materia. Stardust, I don't know what the hell that is, I forgot. This is, I think, for defense championship belts. And there's W7. It's 64,000, not 65. Another bit of a grind, but then, like I said, you get it, and if you've defeated Ultimate Weapon, oh shit, I forgot the 3 requirements. So defeat Ultimate Weapon, get W Summon, and... Oh, Omni Slash. At any point. Once you have both those three things done, that's when you can, you know... As I demonstrated in the videos, that's when you can actually get the special battle. You do all 8 rounds successfully. You finish off the prod plot at the end, and you get final attack. I demonstrated that. There, now I've demonstrated everything I did off-stream, so there's nothing missing. Y'all know what I did off-stream now, which took several hours. The only thing I didn't demonstrate, which is the whole point of doing it off-stream is to not have to demonstrate it, is the grinding part. When I got the Guild Plus and EXP Plus and went to the Northern Cave and started fighting the magic pots and using elixirs on them, like I showed last stream, to get a shit ton of EXP and AP to level up really fast. All the way to whenever my character stats reached 9,999 HP. And then that's how we ended up here. Okay, so Chief and Vincent are still dead. Good. And now we can finally do this. If you have a chocobo, you can use that too. But if you don't have a chocobo that can cross a desert, which I think is... Actually, to cross deserts, it can be any chocobo. Yeah, the special chocobos are just for crossing mountains and rivers and the ocean. So yeah, any chocobo can cross a desert. You can get a chocobo, or you can just use your airship and run into this little red thing, which again, you have to defeat Ultimate Weapon and then fight one random battle out here in the world map for this thing to spawn. And, well, once you crash into it, you see what it is. They're like, the fuck was that? Turns to look at us, all angry. And there he is. Ruby weapon. Now the reason I killed off Tifa and Vincent is because as soon as there's only one party member still left that isn't incapacitated, Ruby weapon decides to finish you off by trapping you in this battle, because you can run away from this. Like this. But see, once he does this, he can't take his fingers out of the ground. He digs them into the ground, they tunnel through, and for FF14 fans out there, this is basically liquefaction. Or the other counterpart where he does the opposite attack. But, you know, he digs his fingers in the ground, they spread out like tendrils, and then they pop out like that. And you're trapped in the fight, you can't run away anymore. But once he does this, he can't take them back out unless you kill them yourself, so you shouldn't attack them. They're kind of annoying, but if you attack them and kill them, he can take them back out, I think. And then at that point, he can use, like I was just saying, liquefaction, where it's called something different here, obviously, but where he makes a whirlpool of sand, and it, like, sucks away your characters if you don't get out of it, in 14, of course. Here, he literally sucks one of your characters out of the battle. And then he does it again, and sucks someone else out of the battle. I'll demonstrate it after I kill him. I'll reload the file. Make a separate save or whatever. Until there's only one character left, then he does this. He digs his fingers in to trap them, and then he finishes you off. Unless you can kill him by yourself, which some people can. But if not, that's how he finishes you off, and then you're dead. You're fucked. So if you want to avoid him using I'll just keep calling it the 14 name, liquefaction, and causing a whirlpool of sand that absorbs one of your characters and kills them off, you have to come into the battle with your other two characters already dead, then he does this automatically, then you can have your full party fight him at full power. And he can't do shit about it. He still has a shit ton of defense though, so I think I forgot to bring Hades in. Hades works, basically, he's susceptible to slow stop, I think. It's only temporary, of course. It might be paralysis. Not poison, but I think slower stop, and Hades casts those. You can always just use that magic independently and use that. Obviously, I don't need that with Battle Boost, you can just kick his ass the way he is now. Which is what we're gonna do. I should have brought a third ribbon for Vincent, but that requires morphing a Master Tunberry magic, so it's just like, I don't got time for that. This is after using power sources on Cloud. See? He's at 255 attack power, and he's still doing that amount of damage. It's shit. It's a garbage amount. But if I have the right item, there's a way around this. See, the left tentacle takes away MP when it hits you. You saw the little smack it did. The right one takes HP, of course. Take MP. I'm waiting for the other one to go back. Ruby Ray. Damn! Vincent got destroyed. Oh, I see what it... Well... Now's a good time to reset them. I forgot to re-equip them with HP and MP plus before we came in here. Okay, then I can go ahead and demonstrate everything I just explained, and then we can kill them afterwards. Because I also want to bring in Hades, but I need to make sure I have something else. Just to make this faster, we're gonna be here like fucking all night. We're gonna duplicate these hero drinks. They raise your stats for the remainder of the battle. But that's it. But they stack infinitely. You can use as many as you want and make your character super strong. We're gonna use some of those. But how do you reset in battle? I don't think you can. No, you can't. So the best thing I can do is just... Well, just let him kill me, I guess. So I can reset. Taka, she just randomly attacks everyone on the field. Every enemy. Yes, he uses ultimate. That's why I have Phoenix paired with Thunder Attack, in case things go south. But in this case, I'm trying to, you know, just reset the fight, so... Oh my god. There we go. Summon power's used up, so you're fucked. Yeah, you have to have enough MP to actually, you know... Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you pair Phoenix with Final Attack. If you don't have enough MP when you die, you still can't use it. It'll fail to summon like that. Or if you already used it the number of times you're allowed to based on the level of the materia, the summon materia, because that determines how many times you can actually use it in a fight, no matter how much MP you have. Then you're fucked. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate hero drinks. I'm gonna go ahead and move them higher up so it's a little easier to get to them. Let's see, where are they? More? Customize. Damn it! Oh, they're already there. Okay. Yeah, fuck yeah, we don't need those. Put that there. And then re-equip their HP and MP plus. Let's get the bottom. HP, MP, HP. Okay, cool. Now I'll make another save like this, so we're actually properly prepared. And then bring them back to life so I can demonstrate what happens if you go in with all your characters at full, well, with all your characters alive. So here's what happens. You can try all you want, but as long as his hands are out and not dug into the ground, he takes no fucking damage. You can't do shit to him. So there it is, that's the proper name, Whirl Sand, which was renamed into Liquefaction because it's a little different in FF14, but look, it does the same thing. You get sucked into the quicksand, you know, it turns the sand into quicksand and you get sucked into it and you're gone. You're dead. Still not taking damage. I don't know who's gonna take next, but... Could be whoever he attacks him, or whoever attacks him, or it's just random. It's random. Cloud got taken out of the fight. And now that it's just Tifa by herself, he's He's like, I'm making sure you don't run away. Because you can't run away before he doesn't. And now she's trapped. So, can't escape, see? Her final heaven attack is the one that actually attacked Ruby Weapon. Keep prioritizing these fuckers. I have one attack on Ruby Weapon. See, so now you can actually hurt him. But anyway, this will take Robo, so... There, I demonstrated. It uses Whirl Sand to eject your characters from the, the other characters from the party. Game over. It's not like when Midgard Zolom or Midgard Stormer, whatever the proper name is supposed to be, kicks you out of the fight where it counts that you run away. No. When your characters get sucked up by the Whirl Sound, they count as being dead. Just like with Liquefaction in FF14. You get sucked in by the whirlpool of sand or the quicksand, you die. So you don't get saved by that like you would with Midgard Stormer. There you go. Now I'll show you how to do the fight properly, because we're actually prepared this time. I at least wanted to demonstrate what happens if you go in with all your characters alive. That's why you don't do that. Dead. They got their HP and MP+. We're good to go. Items are set up correctly. Yep, hero drinks right there. We're going to duplicate them in the battle, and then I'm going to use them on Cloud. I got too lazy to get a third ribbon. You can morph, I said this before, but you can morph a Master Tunberry in the crater to get a ribbon. To get a third ribbon for wherever you want. Vincent will be fine, because he can just transform into Chaos and he'll be immune to status effects. I just gotta make sure he does that quick. And then... set this back to active. Make it challenging, somewhat. I say somewhat, because, battle boosts make the game trivial for the most part. For the most part, because again, you can still get your ass kicked like that if you're not prepared for certain fights. And yeah, let's actually finish him off now. I forgot to bring Hades. Again, we won't need it though. That's just to slow him down and stop him. Which isn't really necessary for what I'm gonna do, so... Wait for this shit. Oops. I think I duplicated some before I accidentally did that. The two-thumb method to make this faster. And bring our boys back. Oh, boys. Chief and Vince. Jesus. Don't turn him into a fucking toad. Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna mass use hero drinks here. That's such an annoying sound effect, Jesus Christ. Good lord, I might mute my TV for this. Get his ass, Vincent. Show him his boss. Alright, let's test out our strengths after those few. See how much we be doing now. There we go, now we're doing some decent damage. Need a few more hero drinks. She did max on that one. 10,000 damage. Well, we're all learning the enemy skills for Shadow Flare at least. Yeah, I think that's as high as his attack power can go with Hero Drink, so I'll leave it at that. Just beat his ass. I think it's higher DPS to just let Cloud spam Omni Slash, because Tifa attacks randomly, she doesn't always hit, you know, she goes after the stupid tentacles for no reason. They're like literally invincible. I don't know if you can even kill them. He focuses on the one target you select, which is Ruler Weapon in this case. So I think it'll be a lot faster if I just use him and not Tifa. But I'm kind of curious to see if they actually die. So if she stops attacking the tentacles, that means they die, but they just sit there anyway. Yeah, she's focusing on Ruby Weapon now, so they're dead. I love seeing her, you know, after we saw Sabine do a suplex on a fucking train, on a moving train, I think it's hilarious to see her do Meteor Strike like that on one of the weapons. She can do any of them, any enemy. So, Diamond Weapon, Emerald Weapon, Ultimate Weapon. It's like right along the same lines. Beat the living shit out of this guy. Oh, I get it. Every attack Cloud does with Omni Slash is a critical hit. That's why the white flash there with each attack. And that's why it does 2,000 damage, whereas Tifa's only does 2,000 if you manage to land a critical with the slot reels. When it says yeah in both letters, that's a critical hit. Otherwise, she only does about half as much. She'll get a crit on Final Heaven. Meteor Drive is almost like the suplex. It's a little grindy, but we'll kill him eventually. Jesus Christ. So yeah, if you're gonna fight him without battle boost, it's imperative that you bring Hades or Phasers as an item that can stop him or slow him. Just to give you enough time to be able to heal and regroup between his attacks. Because if he's at normal speed, he goes so fast. Him and the fucking his tendrils in the back, they'll just fuck you up. I mean, you see how much damage they do every time they hit him. So if you're gonna fight this guy legit, you definitely need to bring something to slow his ass down. He's one of the rare few bosses you can actually slow down. Because yeah, if you don't do that, he'll just out DPS your ass. Straight up. There he goes. Fuck you. He landed the finishing blow? Desert Rose. Sounds unique. And so Ruby Weapon is now resting in peace. Now we gotta go after Emerald Weapon. He's the last one. Before we do that, we're gonna need something a little extra special. A few things that are a little extra special. Make a separate save here. How are you guys doing? Hey, listen to me. I heard the barrier protecting Sephiroth is gone. But with Rufus dead, the Shinra troops don't know what to do. Heidegger and Scarlet don't have what it takes to lead the troops. Well, they're dead too, dude. I guess you don't know about that yet, but I killed them. I really thought something was finally gonna happen, but everything's the same. Not a damn thing changes around here. This guy hasn't changed the dialogue. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk to everybody though. Everybody's just, like every other town, they're just depressed about Meteor. Obviously. Who wouldn't be? Where's that two-story house? Is this it? No. No, not this one either. Could be this one. Nope. The people at Battle Square talk about how they're gonna do a super powerful punch or a kick against Meteor to send it flying away. I think it's this one. Meteor's coming, right? Where will I stash my money? Wait, maybe I'd better take it with me and get out of here. Where are you gonna go? The meteor's gonna destroy the whole planet. You got nowhere to run. That's the desperation of everybody. You guys remember this guy? We talked to him when we first got to Calm at the beginning of the game, right after we escaped Midgard. And he said, he was like relaxed and he was like, the world is at peace or something like that. Like there's nothing bad going on. Obviously, that's not the case anymore. When we saw that, I was like, that's some ominous foreshadowing. Now we're like in this version's this game's version of the World of Ruin, basically, from FF6. The world's all fucked up, or X-Death's world from FF5, however you want to think of it. The world's been completely changed. Except in this case, the world wasn't physically changed, it's still the same, it's just there's a giant fireball coming at us in the sky, so everybody's depressed. The world's changed a lot in the past few days. That huge meteor is covering up the sky and acting like it owned it. A lot of my friends have died. I'm going on a journey to pray for their souls. A map that was sunk along with the ship. Guidebook. The sunken ship enemy that I morphed into a guidebook. This is what it's for. A rose that blooms once every 1,000 years in the desert. Desert rose. I just got that from Ruby Weapon. A harp that soothes those who hear it. Earth harp. We don't have that one yet. I wonder if there's anyone who'll bring it to me. Oh, it's guidebook. Want to trade it for this underwater material? How about it? Sure. Okay then, it's a done deal. It's underwater material. Go on, it's yours. Thanks, buddy. And if you're wondering what that does, you'll find out in a minute. It's got one purpose and one purpose. Literally only one purpose. Underwater breathing. Now when do we need that? We've never been, you know, walking around the ocean floor, right? We have the submarine for that. Oh, it's Desert Rose. Want to trade it for that chocobo over there? I don't see a chocobo, but sure. Okay then, it's a done deal. It's chocobo. Take it, it's yours. Spawned out of nowhere when you did this. Now if I can just get Earth Harp, I can start my journey. Looks like my stable's full. I'll come back when I have room. Yeah, don't worry, you don't lose it if that happens. And you might be thinking, what stable? Exactly, I haven't gotten a stable, so I'm going to demonstrate that now. So again, once you have Cloud back in the party, after Meteor's going to fall and everything, you can come back here to the Chocobo farm. Two things, if you haven't come back here in a while, there's another Chocobo there sitting right there, get it for free. The Chocobos here are gone, and you can come talk to this dude. Which I think we already did as Tifa. Remember he offers you to sell you, to rent you out Chocobo stable so you can raise your own Chocobos? To raise a Chocobo, you'll need a Chocobo stable, and they rent for 10,000 gil. Currently I can rent out up to 6. If you rent a Chocobo stable, we will keep up to 4 of the Chocobos you catch in the fenced area outside. At a later date, you can select the Chocobo that you would like to put in your Chocobo stable. Again, they cost 10,000 gil. There you go. Thank you. My grandson takes care of the Chocobos. He's in the Chocobo stable at the far right of the farm. Please tell him what you want. And I mean, I'm at almost 1 billion gil, so even though I'm not going to use these stalls, go ahead and give me the rest, buddy. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't have enough room to rent out more than 6 here. That's it. All 6 are now mine. And it's a very long process, which I wish I could demonstrate, but it's too grindy and it takes a long time. So again, just look up Absolute Steve's Guide or some other Chocobo fact on GameFAQs, and you'll see how to do this. But you're gonna use these 6 Chocobo stables to create the Gold Chocobo, which, you know, we talked to the Chocobo Sage as Tifa when when Meteor first started coming and we lost Cloud and we're looking for him. When I was playing as Tifa, I grinded out the battles to get the Chocobo Sage to tell you everything. You need a really good Chocobo, like a Great Chocobo, a normal Great Chocobo, and you cross it with another, I think it's 2 Great Chocobos, you cross them together with a certain nut, and you get a green or a blue Chocobo. One of them crosses mountains, the other one crosses rivers. Blue for rivers, green for mountains. You do it again and get another one, the opposite color. Then you take the green and the blue Chocobo and you mash them together with a special nut. You make them breed. With a special nut, they'll make a black Chocobo, which has both of their genetic traits. They can cross rivers and mountains. And you cross the black chocobo with a wonderful normal chocobo using a carob nut. Only a carob nut will work, and you have a chance of getting a gold chocobo. That's the simple version. The complicated version is you also have to feed each of those chocobos I just mentioned. You're going to have to feed them with lots of greens to raise their stats, so you can race them at the chocobo races at the gold saucer. And the reason you have to do that is so that you can raise their rank. And you have to raise their rank in order to, for some reason, produce better offspring. I don't know how or why, but raising its prestige rank at the gold saucer by making it race and win the races somehow makes them give better offspring, so you have a better chance of getting a wonderful chocobo, which you're going to need for the golden chocobo. So yeah, feed them to raise their stats, race them until they're like rank A, and then breed them. I think you have to, I don't know how many of the chocobos you're going to have to do that with, but I know at least the wonderful chocobo that you're going to breed with the black chocobo has to be, you know, max out its stats, win races until it gets to rank A or S, and then once it's at that rank, you breed it with the black chocobo with the carob nut, and you get the gold chocobo. But I skipped all that shit by fighting Ruby Weapon, and now I can just get a free gold chocobo from that guy, which is what we're gonna go back and get now. So I'm doing a more, you know, an even more thorough playthrough of FF7 because I feel like I've been playing it pretty thoroughly. 17, 18 parts or whatever. This has turned into like 20 plus parts actually. Since I divide them into 2-hour increments. I'm just kind of showing the short way here. So here's Choco, and my controller died as soon as I talked to him. Also, every time you catch a Chocobo, I think the gender, the sex to be more accurate, is random. So I think the hardest part of getting started, because you're going to need a male and female Chocobo to make the first two, the blue and green one. But you're also going to need to make sure that the blue and green chocobos are opposite sex, so that they can breed. And then when you get the black chocobo, you just need to make sure that the wonderful chocobo that's going to mate with it is the opposite sex, you know. And also, I forgot about this step. In order to get a wonderful chocobo, you have to go catch it from a certain area. If you just go catching chocobos at random areas, you could end up getting poor chocobos that suck ass. There's a specific spot with chocobo tracks in it, somewhere on the world map, where you can get a wonderful chocobo. And then that's the one you're gonna raise its stats with greens, feeding it a bunch of greens, good greens, obviously. I forgot which ones are the best, and then you race it till it's rank A or S, whatever it is, and then you breed it. It's a long process and it's pretty expensive, so it's another reason why you want to max out your olive materials and sell them. The excess ones, anyway. Because for most people, killing Ruby Weapon the way I did is just not... It's not that easy. If you don't use battle boosts, there's no way you could fight him in the state, or kill him in the state that I was in. Well, you probably could, but you would need, you know, some good strats, not what I did, obviously, because I was using battle boosts, I just brute forced it. So now we have the gold chocobo. We skipped that whole process I just explained. Name them Choco, why not? It's a female. I think the gender is randomly determined when you get it that way, through Ruby Weapon. Now we're gonna ride it out of here. Which one are you gonna take? The only one I got, dude. Class C, because I haven't won any races. Giddy up! And now we got a gold chocobo. It can go anywhere, look. Crossing mountains. Cross rivers. Deep ocean. It can go anywhere. Anywhere on the world map. So it can go places where the high wind can't even land, because the high wind can only land on grass. There you go. Oops. That was an accident. Give me my chocolate back. Giddy up. And you can ride the high wind with it. Remember, there's a chocobo stable on the high wind, so you just get on it with the chocobo. There it is, right there. There she is. That's a good chocobo. This guy likes chocobos, so. Every time you talk to the chocobos, they eat more of their feed, and the feed actually disappears. Like... the cutest thing ever. There's no animation for it to come drink water over here, but, you know. There you go. Hey, Cloud, would you tell me it's alright? Say cool, say normal, or don't say it. Well, I think she wants confidence if she's asking for this, so say cool. It's alright, people. Now I feel like things are really gonna be alright. Thanks, Cloud. Yeah. She's just, you know, worried, like everybody is. We could die fighting Sephiroth, and if we fail to defeat him, or we don't fight him at all, Meteor is gonna kill us all. So it's the fear of impending doom. She's just, like, nervous and trying to psych herself up to feel like things are gonna be okay, so... She was just looking for some support. Some emotional support, some reassurances from someone she looks up to, like Cloud, that things are gonna be okay. I'm alright. I'm not gonna chicken out at the last minute. You better not. I'm counting on you. What does Barrett say? Time's got a way of sneaking up on you, huh? I'm shaking all over. I feel sick. Alright, Barry, you're just as nervous as Tifa, that's all. These guys haven't changed their dialogue. But I won't forget, no matter what happens. Not about this here trip or them folks. None of it. Good for you, Kate says. You're gonna remember all this. Assuming we all survive. I am Nanaki, son of Seton. I am afraid of nothing. It's alright. Alright. I'm Nanaki, son of brave Seton. I'm not afraid of Sephiroth. He's also trying to psych himself up. He's like, I got this. I got this. Cloud, take the ship to the northern cave. The time for flying is now past. Our battlefield is now beneath the earth. The gate to tomorrow is not the light of heaven, but the darkness of the depths of the earth. Alright, you fucking poet. Mr. Edgar Allan Poe over here being all dark. What does Sid say? Actually, before I talk to Sid, because I'll take off after that. Has Yuffie changed her dialogue yet? Cloud? Sign this. What is it? It's a contract that says when the war is over, all the material will belong to me. Just like her and her father agreed to Goto, they were like, take all their material once they don't need it anymore, when their fight's over. It's all in there. Read it carefully and then sign it, alright? Forget it. I'm not even gonna read it. He's just so disappointed on her. Or disappointed in her, sorry. Whenever I read, I get airsick. Oh yeah? I'm the same way, so I can't say too much. Damn! My plan failed. Pick on Red 13 later to let off steam. Should we go pick on him? Okay, it just repeats. But I like how Cloud didn't make a big deal about it. He said forget it, but, you know, like, I'm not even gonna read it, but he didn't say, like, you gotta stop trying to take our material. Instead, he was just kind of like, I don't want to read because I'm gonna get airsick. It's because even Cloud has the foresight to know that, yeah, they're probably not gonna need their material anymore once their fight with Sephiroth's over, so it's like, at that point, who cares what happens to it? If she wants it, fine, you know? But at the same time, he's like, fuck her, man, she's trying to steal our shit. So he's just kind of like, no, I'm not even gonna read it. Because I don't want to get airsick and fuck you, that's what. So Sid's the last one we're gonna talk to. You ever see the play Loveless? No. Yeah, I figured someone like you wouldn't be much on plays. So now what if I say yes? Yeah? Really? Well, that's fun. They've been doing that play every summer since I was a kid, and I remember seeing it just once. That was when I was in Midgard training to be a pilot. I had some free time and thought I'd catch the play. Now, I'm no big fan of the theater or anything, but this thing put me to sleep just like I thought it would. Finally, during the last scene, the guy next to me woke me up telling me my snoring was too loud. So about all I really remember of that play is the end. And the sister of the lead asks her lover, do you really have to leave? And the guy says, I made a promise. The people I love are waiting. I don't understand. Not at all. But take care of yourself. Of course, I'll come back to you. Even if you don't promise to wait. I'll return, knowing you'll be here. I remember thinking when I heard those lines, what the hell's he talking about? But you know, now I'm not so sure. I think I understand. That was a lot. When this job's done, I'm landing the ship. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So basically, you didn't catch his drift there, the little undertone of all that and him saying he actually gets it now. He's referring to Shara. He's thinking about Shara. As mean and cruel as he's been to her because of what happened with, you know, years ago with her ruining his dreams, you know, the way he sees it, to reach outer space and all that. After everything that's happened now, he realizes he wants to be with her. He made a joke about saying he'd never marry her when we first met him, but he's obviously starting to have second thoughts now. He actually wants to settle down with Shara, to play Loveless and everything he said about it just now, kind of, you know, the ending of it that he remembers that he just explained to us. That was kind of his way of letting it off his chest that he feels like, you know what? I shouldn't let life pass me by if we get another chance at it. You know, if we save the world from Meteor and defeat Sephiroth. I'm gonna go, you know, no regrets. I'm gonna go do what I should have done a long time ago. I think I'm gonna talk to her and settle down with her, that kind of thing. That's basically what I'm getting at. I like how Crisis Core, the prequel to FF7, featuring Zack, and Genesis and all that stuff is just expands on the play of Loveless in a very weird way and just milks the hell out of it for the storyline for Genesis's fucking poetry. Loveless this, loveless that, the fucking apple, the thing with the apple. It's a good thing they left it open-ended by Sid saying he doesn't remember most of it, so they could actually do that. They could use it as a plot device for Crisis Core. By only letting you hear the ending from Sid, they don't let you know what the rest of the play was like, so it gave him a chance to actually write it out and then use it as a plot device for Genesis and Crisis Core. But anyway, that was a little bit of a sidetrack deviation there. What we're going to do with the Golden Chocobo is we're going to visit the Materia Caves first. The Materia Caves require the special Chocobos to reach them, because the High Wind cannot land where they all are. So let's see, where's the first one that I know of? I think there's one for each type of Chocobo. I think. The first one that I can think of is over here. Desert. There it is. See, the High Wind can't land here, but it can land here. And if you have a river crossing Chocobo, a green one, or a black one, or a gold one, because they can all do that, you can cross the river and reach this cave that was completely cut off and inaccessible before. There's no other way here, because the High Wind can't land here. Oh shit, let me turn this on. What's that like? Over the course of many years, Mako energy crystallizes into materia. Here's a unique material called HP to MP, and in reverse. As it implies, well, watch my HP and MP as I do this. Ta-da! It swaps your MP with your HP. So you can have 9,999 MP, which is a fuck ton of MP, but you'll only have less than 1,000 HP, which is guaranteed one-hit kills against most endgame enemies and super bosses and final boss. So it's a glass cannon mage build putting this on. Now you know. Still, it has its uses. Glass cannon mages can be pretty strong. Just take, you know, a black mage in F14, right? I don't know, I don't really have an example, so I was just going with that. That might be inaccurate. I might have triggered some people just now. Let's see, there's, I think, 4 materia caves, right? So there's that one. I think there's one over here, unless... No. I might look up that game pack just to make sure I get all of them. There's another one right there. Okay. So, we'll land here. Use the gold chocobo to cross. Go anywhere. And we get this one. Gigantic! Over the course of many years, Mako energy crystallizes into materia. Quadra magic materia. This is insane. I was talking about that glass cannon mate build. This is the perfect complement to that build. You pair it with magic materia, and it'll use that magic 4 fucking times. I don't know if it costs you 4 times as much MP to do that. I don't remember that. But still, if you have enough MP to do it, you'll use that magic 4 times in 1 turn. That's even better than... what was it? W magic? Who has that on anyway? Oh, he has it. That's even better than W magic. So... instead of 2, it's 4. So with W magic, I think you do use MP for each cast. But with Quadra magic, it's... you use the MP for 1 cast and it does it 4 times. It's almost like mimicking. And speaking of mimicry, I believe that's in one of the next materia caves we're going to check. Where the hell is it though? I have to remember. If I can't remember, I'll just use the gamepad to confirm its whereabouts. I can't quite remember right now where the hell that last materia cave is. Check that one. Might help if I do this, if I do strafing across the map. It's easy to get disoriented if you're just flying around aimlessly. Yeah, I might have to confirm it on the game pack. This isn't ringing any bells. I can't really remember where the hell that last materia cave is. I can't remember. Let me check it out. Let me, look it up really quick. Materia caves. The 4 secret materia caves. Well, we found 2 of them. And I know where one of them is. It's the last one I'm gonna go to. But where's the 3rd one? Quadra magic, got that one. I knew there was one by Wu-Tai. Shit. I wasn't misremembering that. So there's Wu-Tai. It's not this way. Ah, there it is. Gotcha. Again, can't land here. You need a chocobo that can cross mountains. Like that. So. There we go, we got it. Over the course of many years, Mako energy will crystallize into materia. Mime. The Mime job class was introduced in Final Fantasy V. Go-Go was the character that was the Mime job class in FF6. And here, Mime is basically a materia. Exactly as it worked in those 2 games. Whoever has it, if you use the command Mime, you will imitate whatever the other person did, the previous person who went before you, basically, or whatever the previous party member action was, even if it was from the same character, I think. So if Cloud does something and then uses Mime, he'll do it again, including his own limit break. So if you fill up your limit break gauge all the way, you use Omni Slash, this is an example, it works with any limit break, and then you skip everybody else's turn and go back to Cloud when his ATB fills up again, and you use Mime, even with a completely empty limit gauge, he will do Omni Slash again, and he'll do it as many times as you want him to, as long as no one else takes any action and you keep using Mime with Cloud. For the rest of that battle, you can just keep spamming Omni Slash or whatever limit break, without having to fill up the limit gauge. That's how overpowered mimicry is. And you know what? I think I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. But the same works with magic and summon magic. If you use mime, you can imitate a summon magic or magic spell that somebody else used without using any MP. So if the person with mime has no MP, it's no problem. And I think it's the same for items. They'll use an item without actually using up that item. In case it was your last one, mime will make them use the item anyway. It'll just pull the item out of existence, out of their ass. They'll just pull it out and then use it. It's overpowered as hell. That's why it was in one of these materia caves that's hard to reach. The only thing you can't mimic is abilities that are unique to certain characters, which is basically limit techniques. If a character uses their limit break, and then somebody else tries to use mime to mimic that limit break, it will not work. Another character cannot mimic another character's limit break. That's where the limitations are for mime. But they can mimic their own limit break, which is what I'm going to show. Like I just explained, I'll just, I'll show an example right now. Actually, I can't do it here. They're gonna die. I just realized, I was like, wait a minute, they're gonna die. Is there any way I could dumb down Cloud's strength? No. So it's gonna be harder to demonstrate than I thought, so never mind. But take my word for it. It'll happen. You can mimic and he'll do his Omni Slash all over again. The best play I can demonstrate it is when we fight Emerald Weapon, so I'll probably do it there. Let's see. Ah yes, the last materia cave, the one I of course remember where it is. It's the most important materia cave for any normal playthrough. So if it's not here, it's on the top right. There it is. They made sure there's no way you're landing the highland on this island. The whole island is made of mountain terrain. And then the inside of the island where it's flat is all forest. So can't land here. And then around the whole island is surrounded by deep ocean, which no chocobo can cross except for one, which is the one we have now. So you have to have a gold chocobo one way or another. It's the only way to make it on this island. Like this. What kind of encounters do you get here anyway? Are there any? Ah, here it is.